Hello and welcome to Guide Accountancy and to the ACCA FA Financial Accounting course. I'm Minhaz Ahmed, your head tutor, and I'll be guiding you throughout this paper. This course is designed specifically for students sitting the exam in the mentioned session within this slide. Whether you're studying full-time, part-time, or juggling studies with work, this course is built to help you learn effectively and pass with confidence. In this introductory session, we'll go through the syllabus areas and learning outcomes. So we'll break down what you need to learn area by area so you know exactly what to expect. We'll then have an overview of the exam so you'll understand how the FA exam is structured, including how many questions there are, how it's marked, and what kind of tasks to expect. We'll then share some tips for passing. So we'll share smart exam strategies and time-saving techniques that can help boost your score, especially under pressure. We'll then show you how best to use our materials. You'll learn how to make the most of our video lessons, practice questions, and revision techniques. Everything is built around active recall, application, and spaced repetition. Finally, we'll guide you how to be ready on exam day and to keep your nerves at bay as much as possible. Now, what is financial accounting and why is it important? Financial accounting is the process of recording, summarizing, and reporting a business's financial activities. It helps show how much money the business made, what it owns, what it owes, and how healthy it is financially. This information is shared through financial statements, such as the income statement and balance sheet, and is used by people such as investors, lenders, and managers to make informed decisions. Now, let's go through the syllabus. So before diving into the details, you'll first understand why financial reporting exists and who uses it. You'll see how different people such as business owners, banks, and investors who rely on financial information to make decisions. You'll also learn how financial reports make it easier to compare one company with another using standard formats. Once you know why reporting is needed, the next step is to learn the rules and principles that make financial information trustworthy. This includes ideas such as the going concern principle, accruals, and prudence. You'll also explore qualities such as relevance and reliability, which helps users rely on what's reported. With the rules in place, you'll then be introduced to double entry bookkeeping, the system behind all accounting. You learn that every transaction affects two accounts, one debit and one credit. This section builds your foundation in how accounts work and how entries are recorded using ledgers or T accounts. Once you understand the double entry system, you'll be able to record real world transactions such as selling goods, paying wages, or receiving rent. You'll practice applying the debit and credit rules correctly for all types of common business activities. After transactions are recorded, it's important to check if everything matches across different records. In this section, you learn how to do reconciliations. For example, comparing the cash ledger to the bank statement. This helps you find and fix any errors or missing items to make sure your records are accurate. Once everything is recorded and checked, you'll extract all the balances from the ledgers into one list called the trial balance. This helps check that the total debits equal the total credits, a key sign that your double entry bookkeeping has been done correctly. This is the final check before preparing the financial statements. Now, using the trial balance and after making any adjustments, you'll now be ready to prepare the financial statements. This consists of the statement of profit or loss, the statement of financial position, and cash flow statements. These are the main reports used by stakeholders to understand a business's performance and position. You'll be expected to answer extracts of these in section B of the exam, primarily focusing on the statement of profit or loss and the statement of financial position. Now, sometimes a company owns another business, aka a subsidiary. You need to combine their financial statements. This section shows you how to prepare basic group accounts, removing internal transactions, calculating goodwill, and including any share of ownership from outside investors. Now, syllabus area H is also part of section B of the exam as part of the multitask questions. Finally, after learning how to prepare financial statements, you'll move on to interpreting them. This means using simple tools such as financial ratios and trend analysis to assess things such as profit levels, how well assets are being used, or whether a business can pay its debts. You'll be able to explain what the numbers mean and what they suggest about the business's health. Now let's have a look at the exam overview. This is a 2-hour computer-based exam that you can take on demand whenever you're ready. There are 2 sections and you must attempt every question. Section A has 35 multiple choice questions, each worth 2 marks. These questions test your understanding across the entire syllabus and they're quick and focused, so you need to think carefully and manage your time well. Next, you'll have Section B questions, which are 2 larger questions known as multitask questions worth 15 marks each. Therefore, the total marks of the paper is 100. Now, in Section B, these are longer and more detailed questions, and they'll consist of syllabus area G and H, which is preparing the financial statements and consolidated financial statements. So these tasks test your ability to apply what you've learned in a more practical and realistic way. Now, the pass mark for this paper is 50%. Now, what tips are there for answering exam questions? Well, first, read each question carefully and don't skim. If something is unclear, read it again slowly to understand what's being asked. Take a moment to think before answering and don't rush. Start with the questions you find easiest, then come back to the harder ones. If a question is difficult, try to rule out the wrong answers first to narrow it down. Finally, always attempt every question even if you're unsure and use your time wisely. Don't leave anything blank. Now, how to make the most of the materials. Remember to keep your note-taking material in front of you and work through the videos. After each syllabus area, you'd practice that area using the look, cover, check method for the knowledge-based questions you've developed throughout the course. Now, how would you apply this? So you'd look at the questions you've written down, you ensure the answer is covered, you'd attempt the answer either orally or you write it down, and then you reveal the answer to assess how well you know the syllabus area. Once you're comfortable, you'll move on to the exam standard questions in the exam kit, either from Kaplan or BPP, to reinforce the syllabus area. Finally, you'd attempt the mock exams under time management, which are available for the ACCA FA paper on their website. Now, currently the time allocation is 1.8 minutes per mark. The exam standard questions in this course should also be attempted before the answer is explained. However, if the question is too difficult, you can watch the answer being worked through before attempting it. Now, say today is exam day. I know the nerves may be strong on this day, however, here are some checkpoints to keep you ready for the test. First, wake up early and give yourself time to get ready calmly. Have a light, balanced meal to stay focused and energized. Review your knowledge question notes so you'd quickly refresh the key concepts, journal entries and formulas you've written down during revision, and you'd use the look, cover, check method to test this. Don't try to learn anything new at this point, just reinforce what you already know. Stay positive and confident, knowing you've done your best. Check your login details and exam setup on your desk if you're sitting a remote CBE. Keep your ID and exam details ready if you're going to a center. Arrive early or log in early to avoid any technical or time stress. Take a few deep breaths before starting the exam. Keep calm and focused. Manage your time carefully during the exam and don't spend too long on any one question. Attempt every question even if you're unsure, as there is no negative marking. Use elimination techniques for tricky MCQs, ruling out the wrong answers first. Then revisit at the end all your flagged questions if there is time. Then try to stay until the end and double check your answers if there's any time left. Hopefully, if you follow these steps, You should be more prepared and ready to take the test. All the best, and we'll start with our first lesson.